the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Everyone, please stop what you're doing and listen. This is not a drill.
What's the most resilient parasite? An idea. A single idea from the human mind can build cities. An idea can transform the world and rewrite all the rules. Which is why I have to steal it. He's hiding something, and we need to find out what that is.
We gotta break out of here. Give him the kick!
This was not a part of the plan!
Wake me up! Wake me up!
I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think.
As the galaxies go whizzing by over the glass domed ceiling. Now tell me that doesn't work for you.
If it's true, does it change how I live my life? This is something that is not an easy answer because of the magnitude of what we're talking about here. How it will change your life, first of all, when you understand it, is dramatic, to say the least. Will it change you from having to go to your job every day and the things that you typically do every day? No. But when this knowledge becomes more mainstream and these agencies are starting to be held accountable, and you understand that they're all participating in this, not just the United States government, not just NASA, but China, Russia, India, all of them have space programs. They all have the same symbolism. They're all doing the exact same thing to their citizenry. And the first thing you have to understand about this is that the deception goes all the way to the top. And when I say all the way to the top, you have to kind of get rid of the notion that the people at the very highest levels are working together. Why would they do this? Why are they trying to hide the fact that we are on an infinite plane or on a flat earth rather than a ball? Well, if you isolate people into the idea that they're on a blue marble that's in the middle of a universe that is really insignificant, and there's thousands or millions and billions of other worlds and possibly other civilizations, that makes most people think that we are insignificant and that we did actually come about as some sort of an accident. Now, when people believe that, their minds are much more malleable into being given the idea that there is no God, there is no creator. And because of that, that also gives the controllers this fertile soil to build other deceptions on.
Why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world until now?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
It's about total control, mental, physical, spiritual, every way, shape, and form possible.
You have to remember how big of a conspiracy this is. This isn't talking about just the JFK thing, or isn't talking about just 9/11. it's on an umbrella kind of system to where it is the biggest deception that there is. It actually exposes every other deception, and nothing else brings down the power of the elite, because it really exposes education, science, the economy, television, museums, universities. Think of all the things that have been fooled. I feel worse for the people that are out there building satellites, the people that are out there actually working for these space agencies, the people out there teaching in schools as professors, because they would all come to the conclusion eventually, once this gets out, that they've all been contributing to the lie.
Why do you believe what you believe? Prove it without using NASA or any other space agency, the government or military of any country in the world. Why would I say that? NASA has been proven to be liars time and time again. I could spend a whole weekend here showing you the lies of NASA. How many of you believe your government is 100% honest and can be trustworthy? And how many of you know the military answers to their government?
All right, take a little breather. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. I'm up here recording from StreamYard. YouTube put me on punishment. They put me on the bench, so I'm about to record like 5 live streams and just kill that shit next week. So we on Flat Earth, No Escape Part 3. You are rocking with King Matt the God. This should be live, but it's not. I sent the StreamYard stream out to a couple crazy Flat Earthers and Round Earthers. Let's see if they chime in. Hopefully they call in. If they don't, you know I carry these motherfucking streams by my damn self. You know me. Let me check mic levels and everything. Mic levels look crazy. Like I may have it too high. God damn it. Mic levels is definitely too high. Sorry, y'all, it's loud in y'all ear right now. Let me turn it off. Alright, how about now? Is that better? Damn, my bad. I know that was probably loud in y'all ear. I know it was. I'm sorry. Alright, you can turn your volume back up. It's okay. It's okay. Ease it back up. Alright, let's get back to the video. Maybe someone chime in. I'm trying to get this chick, Aurora Brown. She fuck around be a bot, but she definitely be going extra hard pause on fucking on this Flat Earth subject. And I'm trying to get her. I want to do this Flat Earth Part 3 with her, but she ain't responding. She fuck around be a bot, yo. I can't even hold you up, man. This girl fuck around be a bot. I'm tagging her all in. I started a little Facebook post. Got a couple people arguing. It's the same old points, but hopefully we can kind of make some sense of it. Because I like, for me, for instance, sometimes I'll be like, I don't know, man. A lot I learned in the last week or two about the cosmic root races and planet Maldek that was destroyed, that sat between Mars and Jupiter. Like a lot of shit I learned. I'm like, man, maybe there is like other planets, but like then again I'll be like, nah, when we start talking about the gravity conversation and how we're spinning, the earth is spinning, but then it's rotating around the sun at like a zillion miles per hour. All right, bet, cool. That can cause gravity. I call this theory the gravitron theory, where these motherfuckers, you know, you've been in that carnival, to a carnival where the gravitron be all trying to like, hold on, let me put me on stage. My mic was muted, but we gonna still rock out. Hopefully it was recording on OBS side. I think it was. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Okay, let me get that back off there. All right, but like I said, I call that the gravitron theory, where you know, you go to the carnival and you get on the gravitron and it's spinning real fast, and y'all laying on the back of the like, it's like a UFO type shape, and you inside it, but you up against the wall. You probably like on some wall type skateboard that slides up the wall as it spins faster. All right, we can use let's go by the gravitron theory, right? If the Earth is spinning so fast that gravity is caused by the pressure and speed and the nonsense, all right, I get it. Gravity will be on the face of the Earth that's going forward, like you're in the front of a car. Say if you're on the hood of a car, right? And the car is going 100 miles per hour. Of course you feel that pressure. Okay, if that's what they want to describe gravity, like you're pinned to the car. You're going so fast, you're unable to just jump off the car, right? So, all right, that's what they say gravity is, right? But what about the back of the car? And you're sitting on the outside of it. Wouldn't that mean you have to hold on for dear life? Because you're in the back on the outside. So now think about the planet, right? If you're on the back side of the planet during that time of the day, aren't you holding on for dear life? See, that's it. That's all the argument I need to give. Like the argument fuck over, but I'm gonna entertain them for now. Let's just go into some of the craziness that sparks your curiosity of why we flat earthers believe something is fishy, something going on.
Okay, so if those three sources are all proven liars, why would you trust them? Fool me once, right? Shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I say, continue to believe pathological liars and you're an idiot. But that's what we've all done. And so, I look at these stuff, we've all seen the textbooks, we've all seen the videos and movies and all these things, and there's so much of it. Do you know what the budget NASA has? You know how much they get? How much money they get? Have you seen the movie Gravity? Okay. That's made for about $100 million, give or take. And if you saw the movie Gravity, that was pretty impressive. I saw it on IMAX, big screen, like, wow. I mean, I felt like I was with Sandra Bullock flying around in space, freaking out myself. Okay, this is what they're able to do with $100 million. What are you able to do with tens of billions of dollars a year since the 60s?
Now, in my opinion, we're being lied to not only about the shape of the Earth, we're being lied to about the very nature of reality itself. In 1954, Admiral Richard Byrd, a highly decorated naval officer, conducted an interview where he alluded to the idea that there may very well be land beyond the poles.
Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this Earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole, on the other side of the South Pole, from Middle America. And I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored.
That's a tremendous
So
challenge.
there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world.
Admiral, do you hope to see that?
We don't know. That's the big problem. We don't know where we are. Okay? That's what we're all trying to figure out here. But there is the Antarctic Treaty where, 53 or so nations have signed saying that no one's going to lay claim to Antarctica and that there are massive restrictions for travel there. You can't just get up and go to Antarctica on your own. You have to have a tour guide with you, and there are only certain entry points, and there are limits on where you can go search.
Personally, I think the unconquered south face is the only one worth scaling. It's a 20,000-foot sheer wall of ice, but that's never stopped me before.
Welcome.
No, I just want to stand on top of the wall and piss off the edge of the world.
What difference does it make? What difference does it make? Yeah, that's their favorite line. Got a lot of people, what difference does it make? You can't figure out what difference it makes? If you can't figure out what difference it makes that the people running your world are lying to you over and over your whole life, if you can't figure out that someone lying to you is trying to control you. Suppressing of information, of knowledge, is control. Deception of information and knowledge is a form of control. So what difference does it make? It makes a big difference, because once they start omitting information or lying about information about where you live, they're doing it to control you. Period. Why am I having to explain this to critical thinkers in the truth movement? The way you control billions of people is to keep them divided and fighting each other. Flat Earth is not a psyop. Flat Earth destroys the psyop. Every psyop that's been used to control us for as long as they've known about it. So this system has been in power and control for hundreds of years, ever since they convinced the rest of the world that they didn't know where they live. It created this fantastical scenario to make people feel insignificant and to follow those that appear to know better. Why is the flat earth so important? Because it shows the deception. And if everybody would just come together and demand answers, they would be in checkmate. They would not know what to do.
Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. I believe that's why we have so many who are indoctrinated to still believe and fight so hard for the heliocentric model. The reason being is because we've been taught the globe model since before we had the ability to think for ourselves. Think about that. Before you could think for yourself, before you could form rational thought, you've been taught that you live on a spinning ball, although your five senses tell you something totally different. Our senses tell us that the earth is flat and stationary, that the sun and moon and the stars rotate above us just as we see, that they make their annual cycles in such a way that we can calculate days, months, and years of the passage of time, just like in Scripture. The earth in itself works like a well-designed timepiece, and we all know that any timepiece that we can think of has a designer. What if the lie is to hide the existence of that designer? What if they're lying to us about this because they're hiding God?
Shalom family, it's your man Elijah. Thank you for joining me at Unsectarian.
Alright, y'all ready for the next one, huh? Alright. So what y'all think, huh? You think if flat earthers are crazy? Or do y'all actually see? What's funny is when we all about to die, right? Every one of us gonna be like, God help us, Jesus help us, or whatever denomination or idol or religion you proclaim to, you gonna be calling out like that.
Shalom family.
But then when that religion is saying, hey, the earth is flat, 1,000 years later, y'all ignore that part of your religion. Most all the religions say the same thing, like, and all of a sudden at a certain time on some, I don't know who tricked people into start, hey, look, start saying it's round. It's something going on that they're not telling us. And instead of people diving down the rabbit hole like most of us done, they want to keep listening to like NASA assholes. Like, they want to keep being sheep. Like anybody can tell them anything. The motherfucker can tell you anything. The sky is red. And you be like, yeah, it is red. Nigga, look up, motherfucker. Like, look up. Like, stop letting man tell you what the fuck going on. Do your own research. Trust your senses. I know one thing. I can sit here and be like, look, my senses tell me we not flying at a gazillion miles per hour while rotating, while flying around essential star. Like nah, it's not. No. But these things are way beyond our understanding. So I think that's also the problem. Motherfuckers, they can't understand it, so they just automatically just I'll take the lie, because to try to understand it will be too eye-opening for you to just. So we're gonna get into this guy. This my guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to start doing some crossover videos with him. I mean, I could have did a crossover video with him, but I ain't nowhere near up to even 3,000 subscribers. I got like 3 subscribers. Nah, that's fucked up. So, I mean, a lot of YouTubers ain't gonna collab with you, but I don't know how deep his knowledge is, but I know my shit is deep in every fucking dimension. My knowledge is next level, so I can hang with some of these guys. That's as if they want to collab with me. But this I want to show you. He's reading from a book from one of them white people, probably traveled down to the ice walls, crossed it, went into other zones. See, that's the thing. People around us keep trying to joke and claim, "Oh, you're gonna fall off the edge. You can't go near the edge then if it's flat." Motherfucker, it's flat, and outside this circle, there's basically, say where Earth is inside of a dome. There's like 50 other domes. So basically, it's a shitload of land. And if we can get past our constraints, we can go see what the fuck the other worlds is looking like. And all the worlds is basically on our level. It's hard to comprehend that. Like, damn, Mars is like down the street, per se. It might be like probably might be 1,000,000 miles away. But it's on the plane that we're standing on. Like, we can just, if we could travel fast enough, or if we can get permission to get past the ice wall, I'm pretty sure you'll get shot the fuck down. You go near there with some type of plane or anything that ain't sanctioned or authorized by them. But so like Mars and Saturn, they down the street. We just don't want to leave the neighborhood. Scared. Don't be scared to leave the hood. You gotta venture out, man. All right, so he gonna read the book of a navigator who crossed the ice walls, and this navigator has different chapters. Me personally, I like the chapter he's doing on the like the islands, the Isles of Thoth. I forgot what it's called, but the land of Thoth. I like that chapter the best. But I picked some random chapter. Let's see if it's hitting. Let's see.
Shalom, family. It's your man Elijah. Thank you for joining me at Unsectarian Wisdom, and as usual, I'm a wise, wealthy, rich, celestial being that is loved by the Most High Creator. Let's go ahead and jump back in. Chapter 18, the navigator who crossed the ice wall. The chapter is Osiris and the Independent Lands. What did we need to accomplish our last step? That our brothers change their perspective and break the conditioning was key. Our forces could never liberate a people who defended their oppressor. In their minds, we would be the colonizers who put at risk their current state and also their lives. The custodial system was strongly implanted. The existing air pollution also hindered our mission. Although there was great resistance from several sectors, it was still not enough for us to act. Surprisingly, several other races visited us with the intention of acting against the custodial yoke that was really exhausting as well as threatening their circles. All help was welcome. The Pleiadians were interested in also being able to liberate the source and annihilate the oppressive races. Their system was close to the second dome existing between the mountain walls, the passage between the mountain walls and the mountain walls. Mountainous, the passage between the mermaid lands and the island of death was unfeasible. Not many could survive the beasts that exist there, so everything had to be done by air. The Pleiadians had been under custodial power for some time and had left them on the verge of extinction. Hold on, read that again. The Pleiadians had been under custodial power for some time and had left them on the verge of extinction. Their great technological development of ships and spiritual made them miraculously resist, and today they became a great free society. Being close to the celestial lands, they were also aware of some of the custodial attempts to enter. They have seen how they use humans on several occasions, as well as other races. In the lands of Mars, there were several colonies of different races that had been moved by the custodians and Anunnaki. The custodians and the Anunnaki, they wanted to populate the place with several races where they were in control. The local race was undeveloped and had not put up much resistance in their colonization. The humans that were there now all belonged to the new humanity of the last reset, and all of them had earned their passage by the help given in different missions against their own brethren. We had labeled these lands as noxious in reference to the future. The lands that were outside of any circle were really disregarded by the colonizers, as they considered that most of them did not have any mineral or race that could have interest to the custodians or Anunnaki. My bad. The lands that were outside of any circle were really disregarded by the colonizers, as they considered that most of them did not have any mineral or race that could be of interest to the custodian or Anunnaki. In fact, many lands had been overlooked in their travels, observing them very overlooked. This had generated that many races will begin to develop in these lands, as they were for a long time prosperous places without the intervention of colonizing races. Then in the period of the creation of the Great Pyramids and the exploitation in Egypt and Central America, some humans were sent to the lands behind the dome, together with custodial leaders, but they never revealed any passage, but were transferred with the use of hallucinogens and in altered states of consciousness, many of which were presented to them as different types of gods. The immense land of Osiris was the beginning of the end of the peace of the lands surrounding the great wall of mountains, along with the thousands of archipelagos called islands of Anubis in the same area. Anubis in the very abyssal ocean, the deepest ocean known. Osiris, one of the custodial leaders, took a colony of humans to these lands, but they never let these humans manage to leave. They did not want them to ever discover important lands like Lemuria or Atlantis, since at that time there were still vestiges of human birth and their great advance that had been left there. Alright, now we're on to chapter 18, family. The lands of Orion and the graves. Alright. These lands were inhabited, the lands of Orion and the graves. These lands were inhabited by the race known as Greys. These beings were hostile and also based their technology on weapons of destruction for attack and defense, oriented to colonize. Although no circle was known to be colonized by them, some lands near other Orion worlds were taken by this central power. Together with their neighboring lands of Zeta Reticuli, this race had been colonized since almost their beginning by the Anunnaki, who had used them in several expeditions and missions to other worlds in the reconnaissance of the Terra Infinita. As we commented, they also fulfilled functions in the known Earths, and then in the Earths of Mars, who also had a colony helping the custodians in their experiment. After they had failed in their mission to control the human in the period of growth of the Great Tartaria, where they had also lost valuable information. After they had failed in their mission to control the human in the period of growth of the Great Tartary, where they had also lost valuable information of all the circles that integrated this great dome, some battles were fought between Greys and the custodians. This also ended up helping the human being as well as the Anakim prior to the reunion of the custodians with the ancient Anunnaki. There is a theory that these beings had been a direct creation of the Anunnaki as an inferior race that could serve them for different purposes, since they used cloning as a direct form of substance and were very robotic in their functions and movements. In fact, these beings are completely devoid of emotions, but the reality is that they were born inside the dome known as lands of Orion, and with similarity to the race of Zeta Reticuli, After the confrontation with the custodians, they had been close to total disappearance, having to resort to their great scientific advance and base their survival on the cloning of beings. You know what this sounds like too, family? This sounds like, once again, Stargate. Go to Stargate SG-1 and look at the alien race that looks like the Greys, you know, the big heads and the black eyes, right? And they're called the, they call them, they call them the Asgard on Stargate SG-1, but they look like the short aliens with the big heads, and the only way that they can populate is they clone themselves. You know, they don't make children by intercourse anymore. They clone themselves, and now in Stargate, in Stargate, where they pick up with this race is that their race is now in the Asgard's race is in danger of going extinct because they're replicating technology, or their technology they use to clone themselves is failing. So just interesting to throw in there. So check out the show Stargate SG-1. So got some similarities. All right, family. Next chapter, the lands of Mars and their lost civilizations. These lands harbored a great variety of life. The vegetation was abundant, and it is the circle with the greatest variety of animals, flora, and fauna known. Its lands were considered one of the most fertile, and it was the first dome where the Anunnaki were able to penetrate and colonize. The original beings of Mars, at the time of colliding with these beings, resisted as best they could, but it would have been lethal. They were very proud beings and great defenders of life and their lands. They all perished in battle. The last beings committed suicide when they saw that they were going to be part of a great colonizing race. Knowing this sad story, their loss is regretted, since the true and real Martians were beings that based their technology on purely spiritual growth. The Anunnaki began to inhabit these lands and use them as a second home due to the proximity of their own. Then, with the passage of time and the treaty with the custodians, they began to use this circle as an experiment, gathering many races from different colonies, which we can still find today. The first humans sent there settled in area, an immense area provided with fertile land. But the conflict with other races that also lived there did not take long to arrive. While the custodians and Anunnaki enjoyed the spectacle of Mars, took place dantesque scenes and wars for territory. As time went by, the human colony settled on another island close to the lands of area because they lost territory. Oh, here's the my bad, family. So you can see what we're talking about. All right. Okay, there we go. The first humans sent their settled in area, an immense area provided with fertile land, but the conflict with other races that also lived there did not take long to arrive. While the custodians and Anunnaki enjoyed the spectacle, on Mars took place dantesque scenes and wars for territory. As time went by, the human colony settled on another island close to the lands of area because they lost territory. Of the last humanity, the first human to visit them was Richard Beard in one of his expeditions crossing the South Pole, obviously commanded and helped by his custodial leader Nimrod. Several soldiers of the U.S. Navy and some invited leaders of secret societies, some of them famous politicians, managed to cross the passage that is known today with his name. In the central lands of Argai, there is a portal with a direct connection to the Anunnaki lands established there at the beginning of colonization.
Portal.
Today, it is a prosperous area, and there are no major conflicts. In fact, it is a land that some humans can visit as a reward for tasks performed for the custodians. It is known that some of them even stay there because they manage to rejuvenate their bodies and get to live long years compared to the known lands. and the toxins existing in the polluted air they breathe.
All right, see, I'm about to
This
stop
sounds
it.
a lot like, you know, those chemtrails, family. And once again, as we read in...
Ooh, he's spitting. He's spitting. I'm gonna have to stop him. No, I had to stop him. All right, there was a debate on people. I forgot, it was one of these comments people were debating on how y'all really think people live to 900 years old and different things. All right, listen. We are constantly devolving. Not naturally by what is going on. I believe the planet was terraformed pretty heavily. And I know that Astro Legends video I just watched, and they was talking about at first they was hooked, it was too much oxygen in the atmosphere, so they first hit it with a first asteroid to kind of like balance it out. And that's what caused the dinosaurs to be more rulers, because it destroyed everything but the dinosaurs. Then the second time they sent the asteroid or something, they did something. The oxygen levels is rising too high. That made me think about, they keep talking about global warming and all this, the ice is melting and the water levels, and to me, like, it almost sounds like exactly what I was just saying. Like, maybe the oxygen levels or something is rising, and they're scared of getting hit again with by the rulers. I don't know, Anunnaki, Atlantean rulers. They're gonna hit us again if whatever we do on this planet, maybe the CO emissions, and I don't know what it is, but what I was saying was, there's one comment debate they was talking about, and I was trying to explain it. I'm like, hey, look, man, Earth was terraformed. I believe it was more hydrogen in the air. We were stronger. By default, I believe we do not age. But we start altering things. We lost our second sun. They start pumping chemicals in the air. It seems like oxygen is what ages us. Because when something is sealed up and is in tight package, when you buy it from the store, food or whatever, it's airtight, it doesn't age, right? When you open it, oxygen hits it, it begins to age. It begins to, I don't know if it causes the mold or bacteria or different things, but think about that. I'm starting to think oxygen might be what's aging us. It's too much oxygen in the atmosphere. I don't know who's pumping it in there. And then, as he just explained, we was talking. We all know about the chemtrails and you look up at the sky, you be looking like, what are they spraying? Hey, this is something fishy. And until we wake up and stop just being like, oh yeah, whatever NASA say, we gonna keep continuously devolving. They're gonna continuously keep hitting us with different things to devolve us. Like, we probably was 10 foot tall, like 300-400 years ago. We probably was 10 foot tall easily by average. You never know. You know how they find them giant bones? To me, to be honest, I think dinosaur bones was really just giants. And they try to move this bone around here and that makes claws, or he had little arms or something. Nah, man, a giant, his arms are somewhere scattered, and you put the skeleton together and you think, he just had little arms. No, it was a motherfucking giant, nigga, monster. But let's get back into it. But like I said, that was deep. I had to pause it right there. We are continuously devolving from whatever they put in the air, whatever they did to terraform the planet, maybe 100,000 years ago, and then probably another 500,000 years ago. At different time periods, they kept hitting the planet with shit, trying to terraform it to their liking or to keep us dumbed down. They're like, shit. Imagine if the whole population of the planet kept reproducing and everyone lived to 400, 500, 600 years old. We're going to be overcrowded real quick. So I do believe there's some conspiracy going on. You know what they call the Georgia Guidestones, the instructions to keep the population to a certain level, or we're going to fucking self-destruct. We're going to fucking exhaust our resources. See, I'm going too deep. See, y'all really don't want me to go too deep into it, but I'm gonna let him finish, like, cause it's deep. I love listening to him read about the chapters of this navigator who probably was getting beat up and smacked around by fucking monsters as soon as he crossed the ice walls.
Earlier chapters about those who, they join in with the enemy to help keep the rest of us in this illusion, right? All right, final chapter, family, then we're done with this book. The Last Great Plan. I was sitting on the shores of the beautiful capital, El Arca, pensive. My body had begun to feel very strange a few weeks ago. The sea covered my feet, and my gaze was lost in the horizon. There where I found my lands of origin that I never forgot, and that will always be inside me. Together with my memory were the faces of my loved ones. Many had already disembodied a long time ago. I made sure they knew my true destiny and my gifts were delivered safely. Otherwise, they would have surely imagined that I had died overseas in my madness and obsession for a journey with an uncertain destination. My body in those lands would have easily passed 100 years, and I was like a man in my 50s. However, something was not right. What would be my destiny now? Would I die in these beautiful lands of the Republic? The sun was falling, and with another day without liberating, that paradise turned into a prison called Earth. How many people had to die waiting, without even knowing it, in their suffering day by day, where disenchantment was as possible as perverse wars and false power. I sat on the cold sand, and my body felt as thousands of piercing needles went in and out every pore of my skin. I was facing a pain so deep that my body gave way, lying now looking madly at the projection we called firmament, with the faithful companions of every navigator, the stars also observed by loneliness. Many members of the group had already left prematurely due to our damn contamination. Our sick bodies were regenerating very slowly in these lands, and we were only a few survivors of the new humanity crossing the ice walls. I felt privileged to spend my days here, but the pain was permanent, something that did not let me enjoy knowing that many brothers were dying in there without being able to perceive the true love that we carried inside. Thousands of ancestors were still sacrificing themselves by entering between the walls to hell itself, knowing that the contaminated environment or the custodians themselves would kill them sooner or later. Everything was based on the liberation plan, which successes and failures was carried out and was still being tried. We had won so many battles in there without any weapon, but thought, love, and the spreading of the idea of inner knowledge, what every human carries inside. We had also made remarkable improvements in the air that was breathed and on the basis of all the laboratory created diseases. My old friend Butler came over and sat next to me, touching my shoulder, knowing I didn't have much time left. Understanding all, he commented, "William, hold on, mate. The time of freedom is approaching." They began to hurry in their desperation. A new pandemic will strike soon. We are entering every day more and more ancestors to the known lands. We will use their own means. And when the
Pandemic? See, they starting already. As soon as you hear that word, pandemic, you give you PTSD, flashbacks. Like, oh, I don't want to go in the house. I don't want to go in the house. Please, no.
they realize it, they will be bent. The new humanity will understand that they are under a dirty and perverse power. We are close to reaching as many humans as we had planned by assuming our responsibility. The moment will come, and then we will make ourselves known with the help of the Anakim who monitor night and day around the walls. This time cannot fail, and if destiny demands it, then we will get as many as possible out of there. Resist to see the glory of freeing our brothers, so that the true path of spiritual knowledge begins. I smiled as such an assertion. I gave him many notes that I had been writing since I left the United States. I wanted everyone to know the odyssey of that group that went through the most incredible places and saw the most beautiful and hidden landscapes, who knew happiness and true love. The story will be delivered to my brothers, there inside the walls of ice. There were already so many truly interested in the Republic and in these glorious lands of infinite prosperity, and this knowledge that it would be the best way to communicate with them. My body trembled and suddenly silence invaded. I could only see the firmament. The iron blues were crossing at full speed. Where were our ships headed? Would it be the time to wake up everyone? Were we really ready? These lands exist, I repeated over and over again inside me. We are guiding you. The battle is real, and it is internal. The spiritual growth will free us all. Resist. Freedom is coming. Trust, we are waiting to free you all. Alright, family, that was the last chapter. Next, we'll be getting into the lands of Mars. Alright, that will be the next book that we get into. But before we go, what I want to mention before I go. Check out the movie, family.
What?
Hold on. Once again, check out the movie Old. It's on HBO Max. The movie Old, when I watch that now, reminds me a lot of this book. As far as, you know, how you hear him talking about how they grow old. That we're actually in a time capsule here in the known lands. So we're actually aging faster than everybody outside of the walls, right? So go look at the movie Old. The movie Old is like, it's funny. It's the best way to describe the movie Old is like an example of the humans working for the custodians in this book, and them helping the custodians, as we say, do experiments on human beings. Look at the movie Old. It's on HBO. It's on HBO. So check that out. Once again, Stargate SG-1. What else? It said pandemic, so that might even sound like you know, the jab.
Don't get striked. YouTube striking.
Hold on, there's another movie I was thinking of. I smiled at such an assertion. I gave him my many notes and have been. Hold on. The moment will come, and then we will make ourselves known with the help of the Anakim who monitor. Oh, once again, go back to Game of Thrones, family. And it's funny when you look at Game of Thrones, and you go back. Remember the season where the wildlings and the giants first started attacking the ice wall, and basically trying to enter into Westeros, in the lands of the Seven Kingdoms. Doesn't this sound like that at the end? Don't the Anakim, who are the giants, and the humans of the before the humans before the last reset, coming together to fight the custodians and the Anunnaki, to fight past the ice wall? Doesn't that sound like Game of Thrones? Come on, family, look at the similarity, right? And then what happened once the wildlings and the giants came through, right? They joined sides, right? To fight who? The walkers, right? The ice walkers. Doesn't this sound familiar? Doesn't this look? Actually, too, if you go back, if you look into the Game of Thrones lore, I think most people don't understand. Man, the Game of Thrones world is actually very big, and there's so much more to it. If you actually go and study more into the Game of Thrones world, man, when I tell you there's other continents that haven't even been thought of or even brought out in the HBO show. There are other creatures on that show. Like, we only see dragons in Game of Thrones, and we've seen the Ice Walkers, the Night Walkers, and we've also seen or the Ice Walkers, and we've seen the fairies. But man, there's so many other creatures in the Great Game of Thrones series, and there's so many other lands, and oh man, family, check it out. But and I guess some other things I noticed about this book before I get off is this. Look, if this is fake, because I know a lot of people like it's fiction, I will say this then. If it is fake, this to me is almost like confirmation to me. This book right here is like confirmation to me And to anyone who is into so-called conspiracy theories, anyone who studies these things, anyone who believes in the aliens, who gets further into this study, anyone who gets into religious texts and things like that, beyond this book should be a confirmation to you. This book in a way should give you joy. It should give you peace, because it's almost like someone who has done the same studying as me, or as us, the same research as us, has basically taken everything that we have learned and put it all together in a book to let us know we're on the right track, or to let us know you're not alone, to let us know I see the same thing that you see. I understand. And if there are so many of us that are coming together, that are coming to these same conclusions, are we really wrong? Would it be crazy that if one day aliens did show up and we find out that this exact story is what's going on? Like, some of the characters, like, I honestly don't believe any of the characters in the book are real, but I really do feel like it's somebody who's probably been on the same path, doing the same studying as anybody who's interested in this book. They found all the same information we've had, and they've taken it all and compiled it together in a story. And yes, the characters might be fake, but the places are real. The situations are real. It's just different names, you know? Places might be a little bit different, but that doesn't mean it's fake. But anyway, family, how...
Oh, sectarian wisdom. Don't be sounding like a globe earther, because, you know, they be like, oh, he said it was a story. Don't, come on, my boy. Don't give them anything to feed off. They gonna be like, see, it was a story. It wasn't real. Nah. Let's go to the next video. Let's keep it moving. See what I got lined up for y'all. I want to take y'all to the to the comments. Boom. Let's see if I can share it. Probably can't see the comments, but I posted. I'm trying to bait people fucking for this discussion. They don't want to fucking cam up though. They don't want to hit the link. All right, look. I posted the Earth is flat. Let's argue. LOL. Here go Tajay Matthews. I believe he definitely is an open mind, but I don't know why he's definitely vouching for the round Earth, globe Earth. So he like deep what he's trying to say, but he basically describing the gravitron theory. What I said basically is like they trying to say we like on a gravitron, but we would have to be inside the Earth, not on the outer layer, and it's spinning, and the force is just pinning everyone to the planet at the exact same time, no matter which face of the planet is at the front. As like if it's going forward, like I said before, like you on in a car, the front of the planet, the hood at one time might be Africa one part of the day, and then as the Earth is spinning, the trunk, say if Australia is now at the front spinning, is going around. Like, so how is I'll say this, the middle of the car, the doors, at the time the Earth is spinning going forward, the countries on the side of the planet, they're not feeling that force of pressure of going a zillion miles per hour pressing you to the Earth, if you want to say that's gravity. So the people on the side, wouldn't they feel the pressure of going that fast hitting them sideways, knock you right off the planet? Like, to try to comprehend the graviton theory, I'm gonna keep calling it the gravitron theory, because they on the fucking carnival. Them niggas gonna be sick when they find out the truth. And so we say dimensional structure says otherwise. Depth and rotation, parentheses, argue gravity which holds it together, but depth and core. Argue gravity which holds it together, but depth and core. Rough draft debate. Sip string. I'll just start trolling with the Terra Infinite maps. Like, look, someone just woke up and just created this. Like, oh, let me just draw some fake map. Like, It's a whole shitload of, just Google it. Terra Infinite maps. That's when I really started to be like, wait a minute, maybe there is something true, because it's like people will say, oh, you walk off the edge once you get to the ice wall or the edge of the earth. Like they say the ships will go off the edge of the ocean, it would just drop. Like, no. We probably ain't gonna ever reach the edge if we wanted to. We probably have a super spaceship that can fly all the way across the plane into each zone, and then we'll still never get to it, because after this, at the known lands, what unsectarian wisdom was calling it, is where we at. There's the first ice wall, then it's another space, then it's another ice wall, and then there's a whole bunch of other zones just like this. Zone here, zone here, zone here, and they're all filled, teeming with life. Like Thanos said, I want to recreate a universe teeming with life. Alright, what else he said? So I'm trolling him. I said death, not a sky's view. So he thinks it's a sky's view, but this is just to try to illustrate that we going outward. If you want to get to another planet, you have to go outward, not up. Outward. That kind of puts perspective, and you'll get to each new zone. Think of like Hunger Games. This shit real, man. All right, he says again, nigga, glaciers. I knew it was like I'm going against a globe earther when it starts becoming like aggressive, but you can see it passive aggressive. Nigga, glaciers prove the earth ain't flat, and that looks round even if it is flat. Ha, I win. It's flat on paper, but round. Boom. But that ain't even make sense to me, right? All right. Once again, all right, we got a new challenger, but he's more flat earther. But he's more flat earther. He's more like no earther. You just think but that could be true. We could be in a simulation. We might not be in like it goes deep. I'm gonna do a video on that, how the moon might be projecting a fucking our dimension that we're in, to some shit that we can't even understand yet. All right, so we say nickel 9 brown gravity. That's even made up in a sense. I mean, I agree with him, but he gonna have to try to explain. Like, all right, Tajay's come back. Brown, does the Earth have a core? like what? It doesn't necessarily mean it has to have a core. Shit, technology is so fucking thorough that we can't understand that it can be a flat plane, and then on the other side is a mirror, a whole nother fucking planet underneath of us, upside down, and they just got technology where they create gravity. You want to talk about gravity, like. Alright, so I came in just randomly, like, I can't go by the carnival graviton theory. Like, Tajay Matthews replies, what the fuck does that even mean? Hang on, cuz you showing an overhead view compared to vertical. Show me it's flat. To show you it's flat, I will have to go past the ice walls. I have a super duper what they call it, telescope, like next level, can see miles and miles and miles away. They do have some shit when they wear their flat earthers shoes. Oh, you can see the skyline of a whole nother city. You should be able to see it on a round earth. Bro, let's keep going. I'm still trolling. I posted a picture of let me see if I can show it. Damn, that's banging. Alright, hold on. Alright. So I posted a picture of basically let's get it back. Oh, wait, I guess someone found the footprint of the original moon landing, and it had grids and basically all types of designs up in his shoe. Grips, designs, grooves, soles of his shoe. And then when they say the one that they collected in the museum, It's flat, smooth, kind of like something they were wearing that time. What year was it? The 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s? I gotta look at the moon landing. Who gives a fuck? Because it was fake. It wasn't real. It was a fucking production. Stanley Kubrick, whoever his name is. See, I don't want to go in on y'all. All right, so someone was trolling with that. Let's see if I can. All right, go back. Nickel 9 Brown. Fucking comments. Tajay Matthews. I'm talking about gravity, fam, not the Earth's core. Gravity is just a description of the act, not the act itself, or the math or science of anything. So that's like saying a speeding object crashed into the car. An object, yeah, crashed into the car, but what's the object? So hearing the word gravity actually known, it really means nothing. Makes me laugh sometimes. That was definitely a bad explanation of debunking, but I'm still on, like I said, the speeding car. He can get close. He's close to my analogy, but I'm putting it right in perspective. If America is at the front of the car at 9 a.m. in the morning, who's at what continent is at the back of the car, and why are they still pressed to the planet? Like if they're speeding at the front of the car. Ooh, like, yo, I can't, flat round earthers ain't gonna be able to get around this one. Like, if I'm in China at the back of the car, why am I still pressed to the car if I'm on the outside of the car? Wouldn't I be like hanging on? Like, say if you going down the highway, I'm on the back of the car hanging on for dear life. I'm hanging on. But we don't feel any of that type of, damn, I might fly off the fucking planet, or I better hang on, or the force is a little weird. We don't feel no difference in the force at all day, 24 hours, exactly perfect pressure and gravity. It doesn't make sense. It sounds good on the outside, but when you really pick it, go into deep like that, it's like, I don't know, man. So Tajay Matthews is coming with the round over, basically playbook. Ain't gonna start trying to like insult. It's nothing, because you can't debunk if I start going really in. All right, your hentai collection is questionable. Basically, what I'm basically trying to, my argument is questionable. So I start trolling him again. Round earthers going to work. Like I said, at one part of the day, one of these countries are going to feel a different type of gravity, and then the one in the back of the planet should be fucking fighting for dear life to stay on, which they will not. If gravity can be, if you flip gravity completely the opposite now, positive to negative, you'll fly off the planet like a bullet. If y'all want to go by gravity theory, you a gravitron dudes. All right, let's keep going. See, I never really dive deep into me debating, but don't debate me, because my mind is beyond the structure of dimension. Like, I can just think it and be like, okay, destroy that motherfucker argument. Boom. So let's go. So this is when I was trying to explain the theory at first, but we're gonna get it to the car theory. Car theory can't be beat now. Okay, let's say Earth, I posted, okay, let's say Earth is like a moving spaceship spinning and also rotating around the sun at a gazillion miles per hour. If this is your explanation of gravity, how is there gravity at the back of the ship? See, the car theory, this is when I was trying to put it together, understand, so someone can understand. How is the person in the back of the ship ain't flying off if we're on the outside of the ship? The front of the ship gets all the gravity force pressing them to the planet, but the other side of the globe gets gravity too? He ain't never really, no one really ever, they ignored this one. They was like, oh shit. They ignored that one. They was like, oh, my man going in. Then I said, Tajay Matthews, Yeah, overhead view. The show is more land beyond the ice walls. It's the Terra Infinite map, motherfucker. That's like a gang. Terra Infinite, nigga. You can't fuck with the Terra Infinite. It's over with. Like, it's over with. Over with, my boy. Alright, I'm checking some levels real quick. Quick level check. Boom, boom, boom. Everything, let's go. Oh, alright. Where we at? Then I said, Nickel 9 Brown came back. Also, the only reason why round Earth became a thing is because it was funded by the same people who put globes in classrooms in the 50s and 60s. See, we can go deep into that because they basically rewrote history by implementing their history in their textbooks and what they, and that goes even deep to slavery and who was here in America and where we really come from. Whoever writes the books writes the story. So you can write a book and put it in the school and be like, yep, that's what happened. Everyone gonna be like, yeah, that's what happened. So basically he's saying they put in the globes, and definitely this was around the time where they was trying to brainwash the kids, the new generation, the ones that may not remember what our ancestors went through and who our ancestors really were and what land were they really originally on. Ooh, let's go. But so yeah, they did. Cause they all right, I'm gonna break it down what I really think will happen. I think around what was it? What was that military mission? It wasn't. It might have been Operation like High Jump. It was something where the admiral. I gotta look up his name and everything. I don't got it off the top of my head. They visited the ice wall. They probably met with an outer ice wall military that said, "Hold up, partner. Y'all can't be coming over here. And you better make sure everyone else in the Earth area, the known lands, better keep their ass the fuck from over here. Because if they come out here searching, we gonna bring war to you." And they probably understood, oh shit, these niggas look like motherfucking monsters. Probably humanoids, but they probably giants a little bit. Mixed species, alien species, and this like next level advanced technology. You probably fucking hit them with a laser, froze them in their tracks. Like some real shit like Thor staff. I'm going too deep on y'all. But it was just like, you niggas, and we'll hook you up. We'll give you money. We'll give you rulership over that area. But make sure you keep them niggas all in there. Don't let the motherfucking Sons of Atlantis fucking find out who they really are and come outside this ice wall and claim the throne. Oh, I'm going in. Alright. But basically what happened. So around this time, that's when they start coming with the, oh, let's promote the globe theory and we can go to the moon and go to Mars and we just have to fly upward instead of outward. Let's go upward. So let's Stanley Kubrick level, put a little theatrical film together. Let's record it. Know what I'm saying? Was extra sloppy because now we looking back at it like that shit look bullshit. That is not the fucking moon when we can look at it with our own eyes. But some people still want to believe because you know they indoctrinated. But so they put on a little production of them going to the moon, the race to the moon. Were they racing Russia or something? The Cold War, some weird shit. All a fucking act. Like it's all an act. They put it on the television, and when the television first came out, it definitely was used for manipulation. So I put on the thing, and when people see it, oh, I saw it, so I believe it. It really happened. Stupid motherfucker. Them niggas was putting on some fucking extra fucking garbage, fucking CGI back in the day, throwback computer shit. I can make that shit right now, and I make it look real hot. So they put on the show. NASA was created. They want to keep people looking upward instead of looking outward. That's the point. So that's what basically seems like what happened. They don't want people to go to them walls, find out what's beyond the walls, see some high-tech cities, and that military whip your motherfucking ass when you come over that shit. Don't you come over there thinking it's sweet. You know niggas probably got some lasers. Niggas got some lasers. Grenades, hit you with the grenade, you just totally just disappear. You don't even be no debris. You don't be no ashes. Now you just pew. You out of here. Black hole, nigga. Alright. Y'all get my point. I'm long-winded. This might be a long live. Might be a 2-hour. Fuck it. YouTube struck me down. So yeah, I'm going live when I record it. Yeah, long time. Alright. That's basically all he was saying. Alright, so I came back. Again, let's wrap this up. Can you show me an actual real pic? Because I'm talking to Tajay Matthews. Can you show me an actual real pic of the Earth from outer space that is proven to not be CGI or composite Photoshop? Because it seems like all the ones they're showing there is like it can't pass the test of like, nah, that's CGI. Alright. Here goes Tajay Matthews. He might be a little uptight now. Y'all want to be right so bad about something that you can't even explain in logic itself, or without it. I'ma say something stupid, but it's just to get your gears going. If that's the case, is the sun an illusion? No, I actually think the sun is real, like a fusion type of power. I don't think it's more like a ship or something like. I think it can be programmed though. Like I think they program it and set it exactly that it's gonna do the exact same thing every day. All right, the sun is an illusion. Where was he at? But if so, why make it round if it cannot compensate for others around it and the planet? See, I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to say, because he doesn't understand that the sun and the moon are moving like clockworks, like hand on a clock. That's where they fucking get the clock idea from, to make it like that. And they're going around above us. Alright, so if the planet was round, there would be no rotation. If the planet was round, there would be no rotation. Simple-minded. See, he doesn't understand that it is not round. Like, no matter what theory side you at, it's not. You're not walking on walls, my boy. That's what happened. That's the middle of the planet is basically walking on the walls like Matrix. Like, there's no way. And fighting gravity, it's not happening. All right. But let me guess, night and day is an illusion. Even if it was flat, it rotates, which means it's fucking round. Kids, like, come on. It's not rotating either. It's not like them playground drones where you spin around and you get on it and it spins around and someone pushes it and then they hop on it and y'all spin around like a plate spinning. It's not spinning at all. That's what he just doesn't get. I mean, you can say night and day is an illusion. Whenever the sun is above your area, it's daytime. But if you just took the sun and the moon away, it would just be pitch black all the time. Or say if you just kept the sun directly up the top above everything, the outer areas would be much, much colder of this area we're in. But the sun is going around in a circle, following exactly along the equator. But the equator is not going around like a stomach, like a belt. The equator is going around like a clock. The face, you lay your face of a clock down, facing up. The equator is a circle within the clock that the sun cannot deviate from. It's programmed. They next level motherfucking beings, they can program some nuclear fission to follow clockwork forever. Alright, so we're done with the Facebook. Let's go to the next video and we wrap this up. So I start trying to post the fucking the link to the StreamYard. Ain't nobody bite on it. Let's see if ain't nobody in the room. Dang shit. You might as well cam up. Don't be scared. So I start tagging this girl Aurora Brown. She has a shitload of shit on her channel. Looks like she's might have put something set on there so I can't tag her no more, or someone can't click on her name. But she pisses me off. She's starting to make me think she a bot, because she posts some thorough flat earth arguments and posts. And I wanted to do this video with her. Hope she sees this and be like, oh damn, my bad. Because I'm like, yo, like, me and you a tag team to a flat earth video, destroy that shit. Pause. But she's a female, so unpause. Alright. So he tags in, like, I don't know that person. Or what you trying to insinuate? Now I was trying to tag her in there. I wasn't really trying to comment to anything he said. But I was just trying, because you can't tag her page. I can only follow her. I can't comment on any of her posts. I can click on shit or maybe like comments, but I want to chime in like, hey look, I'm going live, click the link. So I start trying to tag her in. She ignored me. I don't know what's going on. She fuck around, might be a bot or a Pleiadian helping out. See, the shit I say is crazy, and you'll be like, if you knew what I was talking about, you'd be like, oh, that shit hot. Like, this nigga spitting. She looked like a Pleiadian, blonde hair, white, pale. Look like she came right from motherfucking the stars on a spaceship. Star Trek ass looking motherfucker. A Karen from space. Alright. Nam Salahuddin Bey. And I don't want to go too deep in what they believe in, but I rocks with it. Okay. So now what? Ha ha ha. Laughing emojis. Oh, you think it's a game, huh? You say it's flat. You say it's flat and we say it's round. Big deal. Oh, so he say it's round. What did Islam say? Do Islam say because obviously you got to be into some type of Islam if you got the crescent moon, but they're more into the maybe Moors a little bit, different things, but I would go too deep on him and he probably wouldn't understand. But so all right, fix your little fez cat with the fez on it. Let's talk. The bigger scheme of it, what I commented is, if my theory is right, there is more land in this area they keep us trapped in, is poisoning us and devolving us. Wouldn't that be a reason to find out what's really going on? Wouldn't it? Y'all heard what I was talking about earlier. Chemtrails. Vaccinations. Drop the V. Everything I've been talking about. Maybe some people, I always bring this same analogy up. Maybe some people don't want to be free from the Matrix. Maybe they like the steak. Know what I'm saying? Is it better to just enjoy the steak and just live a fucking unconscious life and just die with steak in your stomach? Or you want to fucking go down like a warrior fighting? I mean, the steak might be nice though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, sometimes I think, what if I didn't take the red pill? Or what if I didn't fully wake up? Like, maybe, I mean, ignorance is bliss. But that's something to just think about. Like, what if everything I was saying here is true? How will you feel about that? They keep you contained? Treat you like some type of animal? Alright, so let's go on to the next video. We got somebody new up in the stage. A new channel though. I was like, yeah, let me see what she's talking about. Let me get her on the screen. a chick. I kind of want to vibe with a chick content creator that's like woke minded, or even just on some cool funny topics with some funny collabs. Oh, you motherfucking commercial. Coming strong. Talking about dermatologists. All pale Palestinians on there. Alright, let's get this girl on. Let's go.
Nephews, it's me, Auntie Tatiana. I created a Facebook page. If you could please follow that Facebook page and help me get to 1,000 followers on there. I will be posting all of my TikTok videos on that Facebook page that get removed. So if you've watched my previous videos, then you already know that I discuss about Earth being within a dome, and that beyond the ice walls, there are other lands yet to be discovered by us. The ones that are in control of us, they show us this, they tell us this in our movies and media. As you can see from the clip that I'm about to show you, they're literally putting it in your face that there are other lands beyond our dome.
The only way out is up. And it's not heaven, it's a new world.
They want you to believe that space is real, that there's aliens and stuff up there. But when you actually break down the word extraterrestrial, it means extra territory, meaning extra lands beyond our ice wall. But yet they'll have you thinking this shit, they'll have you believing this shit, when in reality, this is what the reality is. We do not live on a spinning globe. Space is real, that there's aliens and stuff up there. But when you actually break down the word extraterrestrial, it means extra territory, meaning extra lands beyond our ice wall. But yet they'll have you thinking this shit, they'll have you believing this shit, when in reality, this is what the reality is. We do not live on a spinning globe, okay? If you actually take a moment and look at the sky is what's moving. You'll see, Earth is not moving. We are at stationary. The sky is moving, okay? The stars are moving counterclockwise around the center star Polaris. And just the idea of the stars moving counterclockwise above us should plant the seed in your head that there is a being, aka a creator above us, that's actually turning this firmament clockwise their direction. That's just something to think about. So in my last video, I talked about some of the other beings outside of our dome. And one of those lands I talked about was the Ancestral Republic. I also talked about giants who are from the land of Anak. And Anak actually comes from the word Anakim. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Anakim is actually referenced in the Bible as a race of giants that descended from Anak.
This woman is spitting. I'm trying to contain it. I'm just like she motherfucking spitting. And she just even touching on just the giants and what they talking about in the Bible. Like, this woman is spitting, my boy. Let me hold on. Who is this? Subscribed. Auntie Tatiana. Go look her up. Auntie Tatiana. Ridiculous. She ain't even like fully started the video. Like it's 2 minutes in, like 7 minutes long. She about to hit you with 4 more power punches. Like that's how hard she just hit y'all just now. Like y'all don't even get it. Y'all don't even get it, bro. Like it's real shit. Like, all right, let's get back into it.
I also talked about giants who are from the land of Anak. And Anak actually comes from the word Anakim. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Anakim is actually referenced in the Bible as a race of giants that descended from Anak. So this is not shit that I'm making up. I'm telling you guys, if you do your research, you can find information on all of these beings. Now, in this particular video, I want to focus in a little bit more on the Anunnaki because I've come across some new information that's just really interesting to me. So the Anunnaki, as you can see, are depicted as this, But they also have depictions of like a bird face like creature. And this bird like creature is similar to the depiction of the Egyptian deity of Thoth. That had me thinking, the Anunnaki are represented in different cultures, but it's a similar being. So we know that the Anunnaki, they were present here on Earth. That would explain why the Egyptians worship them as gods, because the Anunnaki wanted the people in the known lands, aka Earth, to believe that they were gods. In reality, they were not gods, but we have many depictions of them as these godlike beings. Now, for the Anunnaki to resemble Thoth so much, it made me think, was Thoth a good Anunnaki?
This woman spitting, god damn, like, I'm trying not to stop it, but I like 10 times I could have stopped it. Like, when she say, some she say Thoth, some people say Thoth, I'm gonna say Thoth, like God, like, but man, she starts talking about that Thoth shit. I'm like, oh shit, she talking about that Thoth shit, yeah, like, and she's asking the question, and does he seem like a good or bad? From what my research, it seemed like he's one of the good ones in the Bible. He was trying to help us. He helped restart the earth after the cataclysm, the flood, the deluge, Noah's flood, which sounded like they kind of, well, they say they caused it. Like, they say, we wiped out the earth. But it sounded like they did it as more of a terraforming thing. Like, they might have did it because, like, let's wipe out these motherfuckers. They getting too nice with the magic and the technology and the gene manipulation. So let's just wipe them out real quick. But it seems like a lot of cataclysms and things that happen in the Bible sound like they was like terraforming the earth. Oh, shit kind of fucked up. We need to hit it with something. Hit it with an asteroid or hit it with a fucking flood or do something. But she's spitting. So we want to ask the question. Was Thoth good? Like, I kind of fuck with the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Like, so Thoth, please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt her either, because she might go on and say he's bad. I don't know. I don't think so. I think he was one of the good ones. So I don't know.
There's good and bad in all beings, duality. So is Thoth a good Anunnaki? I know in my previous videos I said that majority of the Anunnakis were hostile towards humans, but I believe that now Thoth was a benevolent being. And
Amen.
when we look at the map,
I mean, I didn't say amen.
See an island called the Moving Lands of Thoth. So I wanted to dig a little deeper into that and figure out who is Thoth actually. Like, what did...
I love fucking... I guess that's the name of the Moving Lands of Thoth. Basically, some islands. Supposedly, the islands, sometimes they shift and they move a little bit. Probably like 10 feet in the winter and be like 20 feet to the left in the summer. Type shit. Like, weird shit. You never know what the fuck going on. But she's spitting, my boy. Oh, my God. I need to get this book that they all are reading from. I don't think it's the Navigator book that the last Unsectarian Knowledge was reading, but it's something. I gotta figure out what book do they keep reading from. Could they be having that shit? All right, let's go. She going too deep, and I told you she believed too that Thoth was a good one. So let's go, my girl. Girl, you married? Cause I'm about to be in your DMs, yo.
Did he do? And I came across the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, which I will be discussing in this video for you guys. So Thoth is an Atlantean priest king who 38,000 years ago wrote the Emerald Tablets. The Emerald Tablets are basically sacred and cryptic texts that have been discovered and translated. The modern day phrase we hear today, as above, so below, is actually cited from the Emerald Tablets. Many occultists have studied the Emerald Tablets and have taken, information from it for their own practices and purposes. After the sinking of the mother country Atlantis, Thoth then relocated to Egypt and founded a colony in ancient Egypt, which they depicted him as, the god of wisdom. So Thoth was the creator of the Great Pyramids of Giza, which I already explained in my other video how the Anunnaki, built all the pyramids because they were using them as, structures to scare off other beings from entering within our dome. But Thoth actually built the Great Pyramid of Giza, and in it, he hid all of his ancient knowledge and secrets and records from the Atlantean Empire. So for 16,000 years, Thoth ruled over the ancient race of Egypt.
My fucking not ego, but my not imagination, but imagination does happen before things happen. But I'm in my head like, God damn, Jesus Christ, I gotta go to the fucking pyramids. Is that what y'all saying? Just me personally, I gotta go to the pyramids, and I'm thinking in my head like I'm gonna go to the pyramids and my DNA just gonna activate some secret door, just gonna open up, and the emerald tablet's gonna be right there. Like, oh shit, like the shit open, like my crazy imagination. I'm just like, damn. So I gotta go to the pyramid. Like, so we all start going to the pyramids. Like maybe it open up for one of us, like a little secret path. It only will open up for a certain type of person, spirit, DNA, lineage, whatever you want to say. That shit had me like twirling for a minute, like twerking, pause. twerking on this esoteric knowledge, yo. Freak ball. But yo, she definitely spit. I'm definitely gonna be reaching out to her, trying to like, yo, let's do a video, let's do a flat earth drawing, let's get into this fucking Terra Infinite map. Let's go in. All right, let's keep going.
Egypt. And he was able to do that because he was immortal. He had conquered death and he only passed at will. That's why ancient Egypt was so advanced. They were ruled by somebody who had all this ancient knowledge and was able to raise the collective consciousness. In the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, he actually explains the reasoning for the destruction of Atlantis. I talked about Atlantis in my previous video, but Thoth says that Atlantis was destroyed because confidential knowledge was given to unworthy people who then used that knowledge for evil purposes. During this time, those evil people also participated in blood sacrifices, which resulted in the incarnation of hellish beings amongst the people. And that's why Atlantis was destroyed.
She's spitting. Did y'all see that word she flashed on the screen? Adrenochrome. Go back to my fucking adrenaline videos. I got 2 videos, adrenaline, part 1 and part 2. And it's talking about that adrenochrome. But this is stuff that like a lot of us are awoken to and know about. It's like it's a gigantic community of people that are completely woke. They're onto it. It's like hound dog. We got the scent. We on it. Like we didn't fell down the rabbit hole. We came back up. We jumped back down it. Like we masters of the shit. Like it's a lot of us. And I'm trying to figure out why. Why this great awakening in the last like 4 years? 2020, was that the awakening? Was they trying to suppress the awakening? Stay woke, man.
And these blood sacrifices, that is similar to what I was stating in the previous video about the Anunnaki and custodians using these blood sacrifices to try to manipulate human beings' energy at will. Yeah. In the tablets, Thoth mentions a lot about spiritual knowledge and meditation practices that you could do to, raise your vibration and help your soul evolve. He also mentions the harmonization of the chakra system. And with that, he promises health and longevity if you're able to master these techniques.
Interesting.
Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the emerald tablets, but I just wanted you to be aware that this being that has a bird head, Thoth, resembles the depictions of the Anunnaki.
I gotta get that book. I don't know if I got the emerald tablets. I got the hold on. I think I got the Egyptian Book of the Dead. That's basically like a part 2 of the emerald tablets, or more of like a I wouldn't say dumbed down version of it, but it seems like a more cut down version. So I definitely need to get the Emerald Tablet of Thoth, a nice version, like not no cheap, like fucking super flimsy paperback. I want like some shit look like a Bible, like like I needs that joint. Like that shit probably like $80, $100 on Amazon. But I'm about to get that joint for real, for real. Like I got the Egyptian Book of the Dead already, so I need the other part. But yeah, I wonder if she got them books because she definitely on it. Is that a marriage ring? Damn, girl, broke my heart. Cause damn, girl, you single? Cause that knowledge turning me on. Like wokeness is sexy to me. Like damn, girl, what? What'd you say? What? Like as soon as I hear that, like what? Damn, girl, you trying to go out to eat? Talk about this space shit, spacecrafts, and shit, or something. Real shit. Like, all right, let me keep going. Let's go.
So I've come to the conclusion that there were beings of the Anunnaki that were good who were trying to promote the advancement of the human civilization.
I know they ain't hit me with a commercial. You commercial ass motherfuckers, like I might even shout your commercial out. It's one of them stupid game Jones. You know them commercial on YouTube, but the game come up. That if y'all probably see it. That shit be pissing me off. Like it should be tempting me though. I'm about to play that, y'all. All right, stop that. All right. I might got one more, but I don't know if I'm gonna play it for y'all. I might get y'all I don't know if I should play it for y'all. I might give it to y'all on the next one. What part is this? Part 3? Yo, she was spitting. And she wasn't even like really spitting yet. Like y'all don't even know. She was spitting, yo. Let me give you a little bit. It's another guy. It's a boy, an Italiano or something. Let me see what his name is. He be spitting some shit too. I think he got that book. I don't know where his book is. Like these motherfuckers got like 3 books, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck.
And welcome to a new Italian PNC video. Today we're going to do the first installment in the Beyond the Ice Wall series, the world of Beyond the Ice Wall. Once again, I strongly recommend to watch the previous installments. Of course, those are videos on my channel of this series, because otherwise you will not be able to understand the full context of what we are looking at. This is a multi-project series that spans the real world, where alternate history happens, a fantasy or slash fantastic world, and of course the world beyond the ice walls. For those that do not know, the world beyond the ice walls is what was believed to be what is outside of the Antarctic walls, so what is away from the actual limits of our world. So of course our spheric world this year is what we call the Earth, and in the world of Beyond the Ice Walls there is land outside of the walls, which in this story the European explorers of the Age of Exploration managed to achieve by entering the gates of the ice walls. In this video we will be looking at the Sentinel's Gate, which is this gate right here. So the third gate in order we have done.
This motherfucker gonna be spitting too, like, and he just talking casual, just flaming the shit out of you round earthers, like globe earthers. Like, I mean, you can say, oh, this is all fantasy, made up. I'm gonna find out where all these books these guys are fucking reading from, and I'm gonna fucking just drop these books right on your head, like boom, like something's going on, and like, stop playing, man.
In the first video, the Serpent's Gate, then we have done the Tiger's Gate, and finally we'll now be doing the Sentinel's Gate.
The Sentinel's Gate is, I think, where the moving isles of Thoth is. So remember that, the Sentinel's Gate. That's the main gate that I think I'm gonna try to go through. I ain't trying to go through the other ones. I don't know who on the other side of them. Them niggas might be hostile. I'm be like, Dolph, I'm with you, my boy. I'm going to the case like, I'm with you, dog. Dolph. They gonna be like, who the fuck are you? I'm like, I'm down with Dolph, nigga. Woo woo. Like, don't kill me. Extraterrestrials, please don't hurt me. Alright, let's go. He's spitting.
So, for those that were not here before, we have explored the continents of Xenonesia, an archipelago that is inhabited by headless people called the Bleme. Then we have explored Dishiposu, which are the remnants of the original human inhabitants of the people in this area. Then we have explored the Aten, or continent, which is the biggest landmass in the second ring outside of the ice wall, and also the continent or minor continent / island of Motuputua, and also Pairiri, where we have discovered many different species or races of beings like orc brownies, leprechauns, goblins, gnomes, dwarves, hobgoblins, and of course the descendants of the European colonizers such as the British, the Portuguese, the Russians, the Koreans, the French, I think I already said Portuguese, the Spanish, of course. The Spanish created republics everywhere. And now we will be finally looking at the original voyage that Magellan, the great explorer of the 15th and 16th century, the 16th century, explorer Magellan, did to discover the Sentinel's Gate. So, basically what happened in this world is that Magellan did his exploration, which in our world was the one to circumnavigate the globe and explored this strait right here, and of course went around the Earth in one way or another. But in this timeline, the ice walls, or Antarctica in other words, open up and creates a gate to the next part of existence, in this case the land beyond the ice walls. So they traversed and got to the point where they were the Sentinel's Gate, and where a woman of godly or divine appearance, which is...
I just want to stop to make sure y'all go check out his channel. This nigga's spitting, man. His name is Italian PNC. I don't know why I'm not subscribed. I feel like they unsubscribed me. Like, you know, they do weird shit on YouTube, right? Because there ain't no way I'm not subscribed to his shit. I know he don't got 2 channels. Because this one of the channels I was like, yeah. Give me that knowledge. Give me that, take that. But yeah, subscribe to his shit, Italian PNC. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. Subscribe to his shit.
Portrayed in this beautiful piece of art made by Oha Steam is basically this divine entity that inspired the humans, and of course in this case the colonizers, to explore beyond the ice walls and beyond the gates. This is all explained in episode 1, so go back to that one if you have not watched it yet. And if you're interested in Aten, which is the biggest landmass and all of its creatures, I recommend also looking at that before this video. With that said, we will now start the Sentinel's Gates. So, the terrain here is largely flat, with thousands of small ponds connected by a network of shallow underground waterways maintained by burrowing aquatic arthropods. It is known for its eerie 2.5 meter tall penguins, who spend most of their time motionless along the shoreline, regularly spaced from each other, and staring out into the distance. It's these guys. All their movements seem to be carefully coordinated, and they will lethally attack those who attempt to disrupt them. Natives have developed a tradition of mimicking the sentinels with costumes and ritualistic performances, so we can already see what the sentinels of the Sentinel's Gate are. So the sentinels in this case are not human beings, but actually inferior beings, which are kind of penguins. And these penguins are literally the guardians of this gate, which if you're wondering why this is what the gate looks like instead of ice, just the ice of Antarctica is because once the gate opened in the 16th century, the entire ecosystem of this area changed. So let's see if we can see the native people of this land before we actually check something else. No, I believe we have to start by the colonizers. Okay, we can go for the first colonizer in order of simply vicinity. So we have the Argentinians one here. Also, we can notice that the Argentinians, which if we don't understand where we are, we're in South America. If the Argentinians had to do with the Sentinel's Gate, that probably distracted them from actually...
Alright, so Sentinel's Gate is kind of like in South America. Kind of you gotta travel all the way down to the tip of South America, and then you gotta take a ship or a plane or a boat and find that Sentinel's Gate. But it's not gonna be sweet, my boy. They're gonna cook you as soon as you go probably halfway close to it. And know what I'm saying? Cook you. Who gonna cook you? Not the people beyond the wall, but inside the wall. Remember they said they probably made a pact or told them, don't you let no motherfucker get to any of these fucking openings and come through. I mean, it don't seem like the ice walls is like super high, like it's hard to get over it with a plane, but you can't get over it with a ship. So if you take a ship there, it's not gonna be so sweet. I mean, I'm pretty sure you get some climbing equipment. I mean, throw a little batarang or something. You know what I mean? Get to the top of the mountain, climb up, but you gonna want like a helicopter or something. But a helicopter ain't fast enough, man. They gonna have some shit waiting for you, my boy. I'm telling you. You better have a spaceship. Your shit better be switching gears left to right, stop at a dime, right? Because you F-22 or whatever the latest model. I'm waffling, but let's go. Told you it's gonna be a 2-hour live. Let's go, man. Fuck it, let's go.
Conquering the rest of mainland South America, so that is why they probably don't control already all of Patagonia and seem to have some minor conflicts here with the Mapuche people probably, or other Guarani Native American people. So, Marambio, and this is this thing, Argentina. While a budding power, small in colonial capability, the Argentines couldn't sit closest to Antarctica and right next to a gate and do nothing with dastardly British pirates stalking nearby seas, tainting the waters with their putrid tea. With jealous glares aimed at their prized Malvinas, which in this case are the Falkland Islands, right here, that seem to be in control of Argentina, so big dub there. In partnership with the previous Austrian landowners, they have spared a stretch of land and its people from Anglo-Saxon devastation. So already we can trace a line from the colonizer or post-colonial power of Argentina, and seeing that they already have started a process of secondary colonization in the Sentinel's Gates here in Marambio.
I don't like that. We
are always checking like lines to see where the colonizers go and where the colonies start from. So we know the major colonizers are of course the European powers and some Asian powers, but there are exceptions to this, as the case is for Argentina. Then let's check what the British are doing, because of course you can't really spare some land out of the ice walls and expect the British to not colonize from there. There are multiple positions I can see the British starting from, but I think the most sensible one is the Cape of Good Hope, simply because of its vicinity and of course also because it is closer to the non-depicted, or actually very
interesting. So he's saying more like go down to the Cape Lower Africa and you probably try to jump from there instead of South America. But it looks like South America might be closer a little bit. I don't know.
Only depicted Saint Helena Island, which is also British possession, or at least I assume it is, as is in real life. So we're gonna go like this and see what the crown colony of Antipoda is. For the meaning of Antipoda, I know this myself. Antipode is the opposite of like the northern hemisphere in this case, which comes from the ancient Greek not alphabet, the ancient Greek vocabulary, and so antipoda just probably means the opposite of the North Pole. Becoming increasingly hard to maintain thanks to the new Swabians seeking to absorb this territory and the Argentines seeking to avoid breathing the same air as the British at all costs. The Empire has worked to counteract separatist sentiment among the German population by making the territory a bastion for natives displaced by expansion of Neuenschwabenland. This has proven to be effective, but more unrest has emerged as settler communities are increasingly unsettled by the Senti rituals and witchcraft. I'm going to assume that the Senti are the native people of the Ice Gate, because yes, indeed, the Ice Gates, and of course the land beyond the Ice Gates, most of the times actually have native populations of beings or humans, and or of course both. Now here we have a little scene of the native population.
It's like he said, native of humans or beings. Like, hold on, what's the difference?
And the colonizers approaching. Taboos. I will wear your skin. Nice.
What? It said the colonizer approaching. Colonizer says, how the fuck do you wear short sleeves with this cold? It might be a different engineered being. I will wear your skin. You better get out of there, man. Take your ass back to Europe. I don't think. See, deep, quick, Jim. I don't believe around the 1800s that, I don't know. I believe maybe around the early 1800s, black Europeans who ruled Europe were exiled. And I'm trying to figure out what point, at what time around the 1800s they start coming to America or the Caribbeans. So they say 1830. They start coming there. So was it black Europeans or white Europeans, the people that were usurping, the sons of Japheth? They were coming down from Russia, and they were basically just slaughtering people and basically just usurping, assuming their identity. Hey, you go in there, you run in someone's house, kill everybody, change your name to their name. Change your whole family to their family name, and just like assume like ain't nothing happened. Explain the 101 colonizing. All right. Basically, I'm trying to figure out who was these coming over. Was it the blacks or the whites? I'm kind of believing maybe the exiled black Europeans that was on the run was trying to get out of the known lands. They were trying to get the fuck out. So maybe it wasn't white, but we'll keep going deeper. Probably was white, because they probably was doing too much. Yo, trying to discover every land to take a land. Chill out, my boy. All right, let's go.
How the fuck do you wear short sleeves with this cold? Red fruit and white flowers are associated with death, disease, and poison. As such, gifting one is considered a death threat. This belief was passed on the Noongeor of the continent of Thoth. Marriage with people from other races is strictly forbidden, though men can take foreign concubines. Women who marry foreigners are shunned and might become targets of honor killings. Just like Sicily in the 19th century, Tribes are ruled by a single chieftain, usually a shaman who can communicate with higher powers, or at least that's what he believes. Due to the harsh environments of the gates and the paradoxically plentiful fish populations, most coastal tribes are settled, with chiefs laying claim to the waters around the village. Very interesting. So we already see some dynamics forming here with the colonizers and the colonized. Now let's see the major colony, which appears to be Neuenschwabenland, which I am going to assume is a German colony, of course. The young okay, so this one I am really not sure what the parent country is, since there don't seem to be any purple nation, so I'm going to assume this is independent and already post-colonial. So let me check. The young nation and now dominates the Gate of the Sentinels, started as a diverse array of colonies, mainly settled by the Spanish, who later sold off much of the territory.
Dominate the gates, alright. White and Spanish? Oh, so y'all went in there, took over the gates, huh? All right. I'm sitting here thinking of strategy in my head. Like, don't mind me, y'all.
The Austrian nobility, that is still part of the Spanish Empire, so we will be tracing a faint line in this case because it's not direct colonization, I suppose. But it still counts as part of the Spanish Old Colonial Empire. Plus, I know that by this point in the story, the Spanish Colonial Empire is basically dead, but still, it makes sense for it to associate with this ex-colony of theirs, even if the land was bought up by the Austrians, and this is why probably it's called Neuenschwabenland, which is New Swabia for you English speakers.
Piece of shit.
Oh, I mean, I'm an English speaker too, but you know. In the wake of the Napoleonic Wars, the various divided territories were flooded with waves of German refugees, who organized and united the colonies to become an independent nation, with neutral feelings towards all but the French. Commonly referred to by us travelers as the gatekeepers, the New Swabians have used their position as a center of commerce to enrich themselves and become the most developed and influential nation across all 4 gates. That is amazing. All of the 4 gates. This is the most important country in the 4 gates. This is actually insane. I was not aware because the northern gate, the Serpent's Gate, has actually a lot of vibrant and well-lived colonies. So I was not expecting at all that a kind of lesser colony like Neuenschwabenland could be this powerful. But it's interesting to see.
Interesting. So they monopolize and seem to control all the 3 or 4 gates. I don't know how many gates there are, openings in the ice walls. But seems as though these motherfuckers figure out a way. Sheesh. Like I said, I'm thinking strategy like, damn, I gotta build a peace treaty or something to get through these motherfuckers. I gotta talk to y'all, middleman.
Let's see if we have other colonies in the Serpent's Gate. It does not look like there's much more to say about the Serpents. Oh wait, there is some rituals of the local population. Rites of the new religion include a human sacrifice of either willing tributes or prisoner of wars, kind of like the Aztecs, enduring the Antarctic wilderness completely naked, that is insane, and also ritual cannibalism, because why not, I suppose. Of course, these are not real people, so don't get them confused with the real natives of America, which were perfectly normal people, right? These guys are in the ice gates. These are probably magical beings, at the least, or something, you know. It's probably not gonna be that clear. So now we actually get to the meat of the video, which is the huge continent of Thoth. So I'm going to pronounce this Thoth, alright? So very easy on the TH sound, because otherwise I could pronounce it in the other way everybody is thinking, but I'm not gonna do it because of course that would be of poor taste, most than all. So let's start by the description of the continent itself. Thoth, the nomad continent. A landmass unlike any other, this continent and its many follower island circles This continent and its many follower islands circle the waters of the second world in a constant latitude journey that takes 1,500 years for each leap. This rate is slow on a human timescale, but thousands of times faster than any normal continental drift. In fact, many of the continent's biomes are in a state of continuous flux, as shifting longitudes and ocean currents keep climates unpredictable in the long term. Forests, rivers, even lakes shift their positions in timescales brief enough for humans to notice and take advantage of. Thoth was in fact the first place even reached by humans from the first world, which means the humans from Terra proper, so Earth, like the land inside of the ice walls.
First,
the Yagan, an Amerindian people from South America, sailed here 7,500 years ago, giving rise to the Bai Nungeor, who inhabit much of Thoth today. A group of Carthaginian sailors, blown far off course in freak storms, followed 1,500 years later, introducing agriculture and urbanization. At last, 400 years before Magellan's fateful expedition, the Norgri arrived. Scandinavian and
the way he's talking, like like these lands and areas was unoccupied though. Like, was there people there? Was there monsters, alien, something there? Like, just I'm pretty sure there was like different evolved geotype creatures. Like, yeah, you might see a dinosaur, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck?
Immigrants from the failing colonies of Newfoundland and Greenland, or of course Vinland, as one would call Newfoundland in those periods of times, who arrived through unusual means after their ship encountered a vortex in the Bermuda Triangle. So we already have the Bermuda Triangles a thing, so that's interesting. These three peoples have vied for control of Thoth's alien landscapes ever since. A landscape defined not only by its inexplicable migration, by its origins, but by its origins, of course, because it moves. So, you know, that's already something to be aware about. Thoth was in fact a part of Antarctica, or the Parade, 37 million years ago. During the time it was a temperate and forested land. For unknown reasons, it split off and assumed its current motion around the time. And ever since it has played the host of many unique plant and animal species originally found on the rest of the Parade. I don't know what this is. I don't know what the Parade is. Parades? I don't know how to pronounce this. Sharp-billed penguins, giant-toothed birds, hippo-like tongullates.
This is sharp-tooth or billed penguins. Hey, yo! Let me find out when you get to one of these gates. It's gonna be guarded by like some super evolved predator penguins. That's a movie in itself right there. Penguins.
Giant mole crickets, camels with
What? Whoa. See everything he's saying. Giant crickets? Come on, my boy. That's salty. Them motherfuckers gonna be trying to eat you straight off the gate as soon as they see you. Like, oh my god.
Like faces make up only a handful of these. Still, despite this, several civilizations have thrived here. First, the New Carthaginians Phociati, alright, who drove out of the Bay Niger for much of Thoth's best agricultural land, then the great Norgri kingdom of Andolant, and most recently the great Makamazuk Empire, an expansionist state with a unique evangelical religion. Okay, so what to do with this? What to do with all this information? We have to analyze what is actually going on, of course, because otherwise we'll just get confused and, just not really understand the scope of what is actually happening. So, very clearly we have three major waves of migration. So the first migration is the one that actually comes natural with the vicinity of the ice gates, and of course, which means Antarctica and Thoth. So, if we want to trace a small line to actually portray this, we will do it in a, let me just get my black here, a black color very simply, and just do it like this. So we know by history that there was Beringia here, a united landmass before the water levels rose. So we know that the Amerindians came from here, or wait, actually from
Merengians.
Yeah. To America. This is a pretty accepted fact. So we know that these guys went all the way here and established more and more communities of Amerindian, and it's actually Amerindian might not be the best way to describe it. I would just say Native American, because some people are sensitive about the word Amerindian. In general, the Native American peoples of the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and all these post-colonial nations all came from the Bering Straits. And of course that means that originally they were from Asia, in some way or another, if we believe the theory of migrations.
Let's get 'em.
So, to make it short, at some point the Patagonian people of America managed to travel all the way up to the Malvinas or Falkland Islands, then to the Antarctic area, and probably because Antarctica was not really hospitable for anything, they kept going south, more
like they knew which way to go. They knew it wasn't just like it's impossible for them to just be, hey, let's just go left, like, or let's just go straight. Like, no, they knew where the fuck they were going. I don't know where they got the knowledge of, like, where this is where one of the gates are. It's interesting. It's just a lot I need to really dive deep in.
South, and since the ice gate was not yet opened, I believe at some point they just kind of went their way with water, or maybe because it was still moving, so it probably was closer to the mainland, since we acknowledge that Thoth is a nomad landmass, which means it's constantly moving. And so at some point, these people from all the way back in North America went to South America, and at some point they went from the Sentinel's Gate, where they are still the native population, as explained by all these graphs, and arrived into the actual landmass. So let me check once more who the first are. 7,500 years ago, by Nguer. I would not know which of these are the by Nguer people. I had to figure it out somehow, because I'm not sure which ones are the by Nguer and which ones are not.